So let's get started. 3 ways to personalize your iPhone to make it easier for you to use. The first thing we'll look at is adjusting the brightness of your screen. To adjust the brightness of the screen, you start by tapping on Settings. That's the gray gear, the bottom. If we tap on that, then we tap on Display and Brightness right down here. We'll tap there, and you'll notice that there's a slider right up here. And as we move the slider, you'll see that the screen gets brighter as you move it to the right, and it gets dimmer as you move to the left. So you want it bright when you're in bright sunlight outdoors. If you're indoors or it's getting dark out, you'll just slide it to the left. Using the dimmest setting that you can still see the screen at can save battery power. The brighter the screen, the more battery it uses. A way to do this automatically is to activate the auto brightness. It's activated right now, and what that means is that as you move indoors or outdoors, it will automatically shift to compensate for how bright the sun or the lights are. If we turn this off, the auto brightness, what will happen is wherever we set it is where it's going to stay. So right now the auto brightness is off. I simply did that by tapping on the toggle here just below the slider. If I turn this on now, you'll see that it automatically slid back, and that's because we are indoors and it's not bright sunlight. I would recommend that you use the auto brightness, and then if you want to adjust it, you can just slide this back and forth, and it will eventually just kind of readjust itself. But this is a good way to make it so that you can adjust it for the light environment that you're in. The second way that you can personalize your iPhone is to adjust the text size. And that's actually right on this same setting screen, the display and brightness screen. And you'll see down here it says text size. And if I tap on that, I'll get an option, another slider, to move the slider to the right to increase the size of the text that I see on my screen for certain applications, and to the left to make it smaller. An example of how this works can be used by looking at the Notes. The Notes app is right here, and you'll notice how small and difficult to read this may be. But if I go to the settings and the text size, I can slide this and make it larger. I don't want to make it too big because then I'm going to not be able to see many words on the screen because they're bigger. But let's say I'll put it in between the largest and the middle. And then what I'll do is we'll go back to the Notes. You'll see they're small, but watch what happens when I tap on the Notes. It adjusts. And so now that's very easy to read. There's some notes about some Chinese dragons. So sliding this back and forth, let's say that was a little bit too big, we'll slide it back a little bit and it'll adjust a little bit more. So I don't have to scroll quite as much. In fact, I don't have to scroll at all, but I can see it much easier than if it were on the smallest font size. And then I might struggle to see that even though I don't have to move it around. So that's the second way. The third way that you can personalize your iPhone is by adjusting what we call the wallpaper or the background image and design. Right now I have this image, it's gray, and I'd like to jazz it up a little bit. So what I'll do is, once again, I'll go to settings, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way back and I'm going to go to what's called wallpaper, and that's right below the display and brightness. So we'll tap on the wallpaper, and I get the option to choose a new wallpaper. So I have some choices. There are some images that Apple provides that we could use. I'll just do that for fun. Here's some still images. These are kind of cool here. So I'll go for this brightly colored one. So there's an image there. I hit set. And I'm going to have the option to set the lock screen, home screen, or set both. Just to keep things simple, I'm going to set both. And what will happen now is that image has replaced the gray background. It's a little fancier. So no matter where I am, that background picture will be there. So you might have noticed, as I said earlier, you can also use your own pictures. So if you've taken some pictures with your iPhone, you can tap on the photos and then you can choose a photo. Let's, how about this guy here? We saw him at Baxter State Park recently. And so we'll set both the home screen and the lock screen, and we'll go back, and there we go. The main moose is in the background, no matter where we are on our iPhone. So there you have it. 3 ways to personalize your phone: setting the brightness, setting the text size, and setting your wallpaper. We hope you enjoyed these 3 ways to personalize your iPhone. If you have any questions or you have comments, we're glad to hear them. You can contact us through our website, which is BoomerTECHadventures.com, or like us and share us on Facebook, BoomerTECHadventures.com. Thanks for joining us.